Good morning, Taiwan, and thank you for joining us here. I am Louisa Lee, here to bring you the most up-to-date news around the world. 欢迎收看 Louisa 报报，每天给您最新最有趣的新闻。First, an update regarding the disaster out in the waters. It has been more than 2 weeks since cruise liner Costa Concordia ran aground on rocks off the Italian island of Giglio, but divers have not given up hope to search for the 15 people who are still unaccounted for. Officials have said that it will take up to 10 months to remove the wrecked ship, with the rough seas continuously halting the recovery operation to unload fuel from the vessel. The rescue mission of the cruise liner, which carried more than 4,200 people at the time of the accident, had to be suspended on Sunday following the unstable weather condition which caused the ship to shift. Italian search teams have discovered a body of a female crew member on Saturday, raising the death toll to now 17. 意大利邮轮翻覆到现在已经超过2个星期了，仍然还有15个人下落不明。而意大利官方也说，如果要将这艘船的残骸移走，可能会花上10个月。And in Belgium, it's a miserable day for travelers. The country has been paralyzed by a national strike on Monday, with unions protesting over austerity measures. The strike, which has disrupted public transportation services throughout the region, comes on the day when EU leaders gather for talks in Brussels to discuss the economic crisis. Belgium 3大工会昨天发动全国大罢工，公共交通近乎瘫痪。示威者除了要抗议政府的紧缩方案之外，也要让欧盟高峰会难堪。
Belgians were going nowhere fast on Monday as a 24-hour national strike brought the country to a standstill. The stoppage by public and private sector workers is in protest against the new government's austerity measures to cut the national budget deficit. Rail passengers were among the first to feel the pinch as trains ground to a halt on Sunday night.
I'm shocked because nobody taking no responsibility for it. Plus, I'm not from this country. This is my first visit to this country, and I don't know where to go.
I think it's a shame because we're asked to use public transport more and more. We're advised not to use our cars, but in the end, we're the hostages. It's a scandal.
Many Belgians have been angered by changes that include unemployment benefit cuts and a crackdown on early retirement. Belgium's already announced a €1.3 billion spending freeze on top of planned savings of more than €11 billion. The strike coincides with a summit of European Union leaders to discuss budget rules for governments and ways to rekindle economic growth.
And now to other news. Pain is inevitable in their choice of occupation, which offers protection for some of the richest citizens in the nation. Around 30% of all millionaires in China are women, and many of them are not in favor of female bodyguards. 大陆的富豪越来越多，其中30% 是女性，而为了要加强他们的安全，现在很多女富豪都会要求女性的贴身保镖。
They're smaller than their male counterparts, but they are the preferred choice of China's wealthy women and their families. This is the Tianqiao Special Guard and Security Consultant, a company that trains and supplies female bodyguards to the country's elite. Manager Chen Yongqing says demand from rich business women is the main driving force.
In China, the market for male bodyguards is growing steadily. However, a social and market preference for female bodyguards has increased since last year. Many female entrepreneurs, celebrities and pop stars, as well as their family members, children and parents, all need female bodyguards for protection. So we are particularly focusing on training female bodyguards from this year.
According to the Hurun report, about 30% of China's millionaires are women, and a widening wealth gap has made safety an issue for the country's rich. For this group of trainees, many of whom are graduates, it's a 4-week initiation course that covers basic skills like disarming an attacker, having bottles smashed on their heads to build endurance against such attacks, and of course the all-important driving skills to make a quick getaway with their clients.
To protect an important person, special driving skills are indispensable. Driving takes up to 40% of the time during our missions because the person we protect is always linked to the car when they are not working or resting. That's why we conduct special driving skills training.
For bodyguard aspirant San Yiyao, it's also a chance to break stereotypes.
In China, women are seen as a vulnerable group, and society always looks down on them. However, almost everyone looks at a female bodyguard in a different way. As a woman, I'm very proud to be able to protect a man or even a group of people.
The pay is a draw as well, with graduates from a bodyguard course getting a minimum salary of $800 a month, often earning much more than their male counterparts. The school itself charges $45,000 a year for a full-time female bodyguard, who can take home a third of that.
And now to entertainment news. If you think the supermodels are the ones who set the trends, then think again. Miss Piggy is not only a style icon for the past decades, but has also inspired an array of fashion must-haves. 据说现在在英国，除了名模 Kate Moss 之外，现在还出现另外一个带领时尚潮流的人，是谁呢？我们带你一起来看看。
The sexy snout. The portly stare. She was the original pig who put the sty in style. Before there was Naomi and Kate Moss, there was Miss Piggy. Nearly 40 years on, the most fabulous of the Muppets hasn't lost any of her diva ways.
Oh, look, what's that over there? Oh, what?
To celebrate the launch of her latest film, The Muppets, a select group of fashion insiders were recently invited to a very exclusive party. The topic of conversation, her royal Muppetness.
Do you think she's a bit of a diva?
Oh, she's a total diva. That's why she can relate to fashion.
Miss Piggy is an icon for women of all ages, for women of all shapes and sizes, really. You know, we forget that she's a puppet.
She's definitely up there with like Kate Moss and Naomi and whatever.
Do you want to work with her?
Yeah, for sure. I'd love to do Vogue with her one day, maybe.
Cosmetics giant MAC have also secured the in-demand fashion muse for their latest campaign. A specially designed eyeshadow and fake eyelashes were chosen to give women that piggy look.
I just had these lashes done by MAC, because who wouldn't want to look like Miss Piggy?
Giles Deacon designed Piggy's dress for the British premiere of her film.
What were some of her demands? Did she demand like a white room and white flowers and things like that?
All of the above. Yeah, all of the above. Yeah, we had to make sure that everybody in the studio faced the wall when she came in.
Ow, that hurt!
It's been 12 years since the Muppets have had an original theatrical release. So what has Miss Piggy been up to all this time?
I've been shopping.
She's been shopping for 12 years?
Yeah, both in stores and online.
The Muppets movie will be out in British cinemas on February 10th. But in the meantime, Miss Piggy will have the unenviable task of choosing what designer to wear to next month's Oscars.
And now to movie news. Actor Woody Harrelson as Dave Brown is in hot water in the upcoming action flick Rampart. With questionable morals, Harrelson takes on the role as the last of the renegade cops who is forced to live with the consequences of his past sins. 演员 Woody Harrelson 推出最新作品，演出一个有暴力倾向的 police， 他的演技也让他被视为问鼎 Oscar 的另一只黑马。Rampart centers around the life of one dirty cop, Dave Brown, played by Woody Harrelson. Based on the scandal in the late 1990s, when the LAPD Rampart Division's reputation was tainted by police corruption. Directed by Oren Moverman and written by crime novelist James Ellroy, Brown struggles to face his world of troubles, ranging from his relationships that are falling apart to his own conscience, derived from his past violent acts.
Have you seen anything unusual lately?
Not a damn thing.
You are the most beautiful woman I've ever seen in this bar. You have to stay.
I can prove that your shooting was dirty, just like I can prove you dirty.
You can't just walk in the house like you still live here.
You were a dirty cop, and you dirtied all of us up by default.
Have you thought about retirement?
If you force me to retire, I'll have my own show on Fox News inside 1 week. You'll be my first guest.
Say you have thought about
The laws change, the people change, but not you. Why is that? Go home and pack a bag. Save that for the jury.
I told her everything.
You're gonna let us go.
I'll never let you go. No man who ever shoots another man is entirely cogent in the moment.
Did you learn that with the first man you killed?
You're either lying to me or you're withholding. This is what I do.
The only thing that's wrong here is that a camera caught him doing police work.
And you can catch Woody Harrelson in action next Friday in theaters. And that's it for today's edition. I am Louisa Lee, and we'll see you back here tomorrow. Meanwhile, stay with CTS for the latest weather update and for more top stories.